Hi, my name's Crystal Bella. I am a Dyspraxia Foundation Youth Ambassador. If you haven't checked out my other videos, then please do, because you will know, if you do already, that I talk a lot about dyspraxia, Aspergers and autism. Today specifically, I want to talk about sleep, because sleep is a very important aspect of our day, evenings, night, whatever you want to say. We all work different work patterns, so some sleep for the day, some sleep at night. Maybe we're all vampires, who knows? For people who suffer neurodiversity, sleeping can be quite difficult for them because their body doesn't quite match the expectations of other people's bodies. With that being, a lot of people with dyspraxia, Aspergers and autism will need to use a weighted blanket or a collection of layered blankets to be able to help them sleep, which I'm sure, as some of you will know, wearing lots of blankets over the summer can be really difficult. So therefore the only option really is to have a special weighted blanket. Now, the blankets aren't the only thing that can help you get to sleep. There are many other things, so if you're not able to get hold of a weighted blanket, I've done a lot of research and they can be quite pricey, so there are quite a few alternatives that I just want to go through with you guys. If you're feeling a little bit crafty, then you can always make your own weighted blanket. From the research that I've done, they're basically lots of beads that are kind of sewn in to the blankets themselves, and they're kind of sewn throughout the weight of the blanket, so that it's not just obviously one area that's completely weighted. And obviously the texture of it would feel a bit rough, so you want to have it all sewn into the opposite side that you're actually going to have placed on your skin, so on the top. Basically, it's just a blanket with a beanbag in it, but of course it's sewn to spread evenly. Other alternatives which don't relate to blankets, some people might not like the weight of the blanket. Your neurodiversity is completely different from everyone else. No one dyspraxic, Asperger's or autistic person is the same, so that's completely fine. If that doesn't work for you, you've tried it before, it doesn't work, that's fine. It's great. There's loads of other things that we can try. One great thing that I use quite often actually is muscle tensing. So what you do is you tense your muscles from your feet to your calves to your knee area to your thighs and upwards, and you basically just kind of tense as you go along. Does this make sense? I hope it does. And then just untense slowly whilst breathing at the same time. So every time you breathe in and breathe out, you change what muscle you're moving to. That allows you to relax your body and to focus your mind from other things. Sometimes it can be really hard to shut your brain off at night time to go to sleep, and before you know it, you talk about all the things that you could have said and all the things you could have done throughout your day. And trust me, they are the worst thoughts to have when you're going to sleep. Like, why am I thinking about whether or not I should have 2 teaspoons of sugar or 1 in my drink, my tea this morning? Why is that necessary right now? Who knows? One thing that I definitely recommend, and 100% works for me, is a lavender rub. I've had 2 different lavender rubs before, and they're not specifically branded. I've just collected them from things like Boots or Superdrug. It's just a lavender rub, and you can get it in a bottle with like I don't have it anymore to show you, but it's just like a roll-on, that's it. It's like a little roll-on bowl, and what you do is you roll it on to your wrists and the kind of like where your pulse normally is under your neck. And as some of you may know, lavender is like a natural sleep aid, and so that really helps. So some people might have like some potpourri with lavender in them. You can sometimes put like the little lavender packets inside your pillow, like underneath the pillow bit, not the top bit, otherwise it'll smell too much. And they are really good. I personally, when I'm feeling a little bit poorly and sorry for myself, I have what's called a hottie, and it's got like beans in it, and you put it in the microwave to heat it up. Inside that is lots of little bits of lavender, and it's great because when I'm hugging it, it makes me nice and warm, and it's got the nice lavender smell, and I fall asleep lovely, perfect, great. Things that you can have that I probably wouldn't recommend as much, but they're still safe to use, are the Herbal sleeping tablets. There's nothing drug-wise in them, it's all herbal, so it's just things like lavender extracts and so on and so forth. They can help towards aiding your sleep, or having Calms tablets. Calms are quite well known for people who suffer from anxiety anyway. You can get them in like a little jelly sweet form, you can have them as a spray, there's loads of different ones that you can have. They're quite good if you have those throughout the day, so that you're quite relaxed throughout the day, and then when it comes to sleep time, have another one and it will help kind of aid going into sleep. I used to struggle a lot with anxiety and sleeping because before I'd go to bed I'd have like these really negative thoughts and then I'd drift into like a nightmare filled sleep of sleepness. And so I used to use calms. I only used it for a short period of time. I wouldn't recommend taking things like that for a long period of time. If you're having to do that for a long period of time, so like over more than like 2 or 3 weeks, then I'd say get in contact with your doctors and maybe they can prescribe you something that will help reduce the amount of time that you need to use those. One thing I have, which I'm not wearing because it's on charge at the minute, is a Fitbit watch. There are loads of different ones that you can get that aren't made by Fitbit. I understand they can be quite expensive sometimes, but you can even get them built into your phone. I know Samsung phones have them. They're a pedometer basically. I don't move a lot in my job. It's all based in a store and so I'm only walking from one place to another. The only time I really do a lot of steps is when I walk to work, and it's quite a distance and sometimes it hurts my legs, so I can't do it all the time. But I know that if I'm at home I can just walk around the house multiple times, and yes, it's incredibly boring, but I know that I'll get a good night's sleep that night. So definitely try and make sure that you keep your step count up. Even if you don't have a pedometer, it's quite easy to tell whether or not you've done lots or not so many steps in a day. Making sure that you're not hungry before you go to bed. I do this all the time. I'm too lazy to get out of bed and get myself like a yogurt or have like a little snack or something. I'm probably not the best person to be saying this because it's a bit hypocritical, but make sure that you go to bed having had eaten something. Not full, don't go to bed full because that's not very healthy, but make sure you've had like a few snacks so that when you go to bed within like an hour or two, you're not going to wake up like, I am so hungry right now, I can't sleep. That's obviously not a good thing. Don't go to bed hungry. If you want more advice on things like how to sleep well, the NHS website is very, very good for helping with options and stuff on how to sleep. These are my top tips on how to do it. Other people will say different things, so it might be good to look out at other things online. Yeah. I hope you're all doing well and I hope you're having a lovely, lovely day. And that's all for me for now. So bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye.